Have you ever wondered why life seems so hard? Have you tried to figure out why is it so difficult or so challenging to get the right things done, to become as successful as you want to be, to improve your health, to work out, to eat better, to start a business, to be the best employee or whatever? Have you ever tried to figure out why it's difficult or challenging just in human relationships? I think I have part of the answer to that. The video title today is Why It Still Feels Hard Even When You're Doing It Right. Nobody promised, including God. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody because maybe you do have some people out there who are scam artists, but generally speaking, nobody promises that life is gonna be easy. But there are those who have said life will be easier if you follow certain steps. So let's not pursue easy. Let's, number one, pursue purpose. Number two, pursue it the right way. And number three, understand and appreciate the growth that's going to take place. And number four, and I'm just adding some points to the notes that I already have. And number four, do it the right way. You experience it easier. It'll be easier for you. And you'll enjoy the growth by the end of that. I'll say this way, you should enjoy the growth that happens, that occurs naturally, if you allow it to. Now, what we must focus on, if we want to make certain things easier for us or to enjoy our paths and to enjoy the journeys that we're on, one, we must have a mindset shift. Again, I've mentioned it earlier, I believe in one of my other videos, a couple of other videos, that earlier this year, one of my coaches, I had a 40-day transformational journey, mind shift activity that we practiced. And it was exciting. And I'm going to do it. I'm resetting it for myself now. I'm redoing it again. I created my own challenge for me. It's going to be a 90-day challenge. So I'm going to include the 40-day challenge plus what I have, or that 40-day journey that I was on earlier. I'm going to do that again. And then also I'm adding my own to it. So I'm not looking for easy. I'm expecting easier. Because when you do the right things the right way, as difficult as it may seem, I can assure you that doing it the right way is easier than doing it the wrong way, because you're going to have to come all the way back around. So let's have a mindset shift. Strength doesn't remove challenge. It increases capacity. Come on, fellas. You know it. Ladies, you do too. But especially the fellas, in terms of, we like to build up our strength and see those guns, how big they getting, how nice and round they getting. We like to, show our toughness and show our energy and flex and all that in front of the mirror, because of, as we're working out and you're seeing change, it's difficult, it's painful, but it's necessary to improve your image. And for some of us, it improves our confidence. Come on, ladies, when you are putting on that makeup after you done worked out, you're taking care of yourself, you are eating right, and you have a exercise regimen, many of you, and then you start fitting in some of those clothes, those nice dresses or nice pants and that blouse, and then you're putting the makeup on, you doing your thing, and you start seeing those results, you develop a certain level of self-esteem, a higher level of self-esteem, higher confidence. Why? Because you're doing the do. You're doing the do. It's not easy, ladies. I know y'all sometimes wish you could do like the guys. We can get up in 5 minutes, be practically ready for the dressed and ready for the day. But you ladies have to put more effort into it, which is why we love you. And sometimes for the wrong reason, we lust you. Let's just call it what it is. But my point is, on both sides of the tracks, on both sides of the activities, we have certain outcomes that we want to see. And not only see, but how it makes us feel. And that's what's exciting about these journeys. No, it's not exciting oftentimes when you first start it, or when things look easy and then all of a sudden you encounter certain certain obstacles. When things start fighting against you, so it seems, when people start pushing back against you as you begin to grow, those are opportunities to increase your capacity to handle adversity, to navigate obstacles, not to run from them, not to try to hide from them, but to become better through them. You'll feel better about yourself. You look better. Sometimes you're fishing for compliments, and other times you don't need to fish for compliments. Compliment yourself. That's powerful. That's a mindset shift. You grow stronger, but the mountain may still be steep. All those people who have climbed Mount Everest, for example, they may have conquered climbing that mountain. Some of the very few who made it to the top, to the peak, standing on top of the world. They feel like the king or queen of the world, the king or queen of mountain climbing for themselves. But that mountain's still steep, and they're going to have to go right back down. It is easier going down the mountain than going up the mountain. But both experiences are necessary. Stop expecting ease. Start expecting transformation. The mountain is there to do its job. It doesn't care whether you decide to step on it or step down it. The mountain's still going to be the mountain. You must become the person. If you really want to be, you must become the person you really desire to be, the person you really sense in your heart. This is the man, this is the woman I'm supposed to be, person I want to be. And then you must tell yourself, I'm going to overcome whatever challenge I have to. And if I fall, if I try to climb that mountain, I don't like to say the word try, but if I attempt to climb that mountain and I don't at first succeed, I will come back again. I will get myself together. I will make whatever adjustments I need to make, get whatever set of tools. I will condition myself and prepare, if that is your goal, to climb that mountain. But you have your mountains in life, and that's what we really focused on, because this is exciting. And remember this too, let me add this. Just because it feels hard doesn't necessarily mean it is hard. These are growing pains. Keep that in mind. Remember, this is about mindset shift, not feeling set shift. If your mindset shifts, your feelings are going to shift. Too many people are allowing themselves to be driven by their emotions, which is why they're up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, up today, and so they like the stock market. You don't know what to predict about their behavior. And if you're one of those types of persons, I can assure you, you have family members and or friends who don't know who they're dealing with. Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. So we have to decide that. Do you want to become consistent? Do you want to become a better person? Then are you willing to do that? Do the necessary things it takes. Follow the necessary steps to become that man, to become that woman, to become more emotionally stable. This is both for men and women. Guys, we are just as bad. We like to say women are more in touch with their emotional side, definitely. And men are more in touch with their serious side, if you will. But we need to find a way to balance that, because both sides are actually absolutely necessary. Just like I strongly believe, and I'm just going to be kind of an aside and get back on this topic. I do not believe that men and women were put together to compete. I believe in the right situations, either personal relationships, intimate relationships, professional relationships, I believe men and women were put together to complement one another. That's all. And somebody came up to try to blow up that entire system and pit us against each other. Friendly competitions, I'm down for. In the right situations, I'm down for. But in life, men and women were put together to complement each other. I just dropped that nugget. I'll be back on maybe on another time on another video. Now, number 2. I just gave you point number 1. Point number 1 again was mindset shift. Strength doesn't remove challenge. It increases capacity, your ability to handle it. And now it stretches you. And now your well, so to speak, gets deeper. And you can handle challenges at that level. Now it prepares you for the next one. Number 2, the myth of arrival. One day it'll all be easy. Life doesn't reward wishful thinking, it rewards wisdom and resilience. See, we have been taught, I mean, think about this. In this world, um, happy ever after. That's one of the common themes of relationships. John and Mary got married, and they're gonna live happily ever after. The problem with that is people don't get to see the process from the day they got married to that happy ever after, right? The process is the growing pains. Now that you live together, now that you are committed, you're committed to each other and you live together and you're going to see each other most of the time, you get to learn about each other's strengths and weaknesses. And that can be a pretty picture or a not so pretty picture. In business, you're going to learn some things about yourself. Just in life, in your career, going to school, working that job, you are going to be faced with those opportunities. And what you think about those moments determines who you become. For better or for worse, you choose. None of us ever simply just arrives. And the arrival doesn't come where most of the time where you have no scars from the journey. Life doesn't reward wishful thinking, but we want everything to be so easy. We want to fall in love and never hate each other. We want everything to be nice and beautiful. No arguments, no fights, no struggles, no hard business decisions, no hard financial decisions. I can make as much money as I want. I can spend it on anything I want and not pay the price of mismanagement. If we're going to become better, if we're going to become more successful in any endeavor, it doesn't matter what it is, every celebrity you know of, every single one, every teacher, every coach has been fallen through these paths, has been through something in their lives, traveled this road and experienced the ups and downs of life. For many, they allowed it to make them better. And for many, they've allowed it to make them worse. Because we were sold a bill of goods. Boy, if you get over on the other side, everything's just going to be great. There are good moments. There's a good experience waiting, yes. But there always could be opportunities for growth. I do believe we'll have a period of rest from the toil, from the challenges we just overcame. But all it's doing is because humans are supposed to evolve, grow, develop, and become better and better. You're going to always be faced with those opportunities. I'm going to do another video. I think I've done it already. If I have, I'll do a part 2 to it. But I'm going to do a video about being condemned. Y'all are familiar with a building that's been constructed, or a home, and a building that's being condemned. Let's stay with that. Most is the buildings this happens. You have a construction project, and you have a deconstruction or a building set to be condemned and destroyed project. We're going to talk about that because I think if we see that if we get a glimpse of that, I think that would help a lot of us out as well. You were not created, and up to this point, even though you probably have made a lot of bad decisions, and I have made a number myself, I'm going to say this: God has not condemned you to destruction. You can condemn yourself. Other people can sentence you to condemnation, if you were to be condemned, so to speak. Basically say you're a failure, you would never amount to anything, you would never do better, all these things, right? They can tell you all this negative stuff. And largely they can be right based on your type of behavior, the types of behavior you have been doing, right? But if you see yourself as under construction, and that you can allow interior designers to come in and help design some things. I'm talking about the interior. The exterior is going to be taken care of, but the interior too. If you decide to get involved with the project, you'll become a masterpiece. If you allow it, because the choice is yours. The myth of arrival: one day it'll all be easy. No, it won't. False ease. Expectations lead to frustration and quitting. Let me say that again. False ease expectations. It's like having false expectations. False ease expectations lead to frustration and quitting. I know what that's like. I did a video last week talking about never giving up, and I have felt many times about like giving up. I have delayed certain things, and by the way, I apologize for not doing my video yesterday. It's been a bit. Again, I'm a one-man operation at the moment. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just communicating. I'm being transparent with you. And so, as much as I needed to put the video up, I didn't do it, but I made a determination. I'll get it posted today because I care about you. False ease leads to lead to frustration and quitting. That's why I started this program. That's why I started this channel. It's because I know the pains of frustration. I know the pains of this feeling like quitting. And there's some things you should quit. And that's what I said in one of my other videos. Quitting is a good thing given the right circumstances. So I would never tell you not to be a quitter. What I will say is be careful what you quit. Just like be careful what you start. So let's go ahead and go to point number 3. The truth about mastery is repetition, not relaxation. Relaxation can lead you to become so lazy and so content. And you get to a place where you start existing. You get so comfortable. You hate discomfort. You look at discomfort as an enemy rather than as a friend or an ally. And that's when things in life can get very dangerous for you, because now you're not maximizing your purpose. You're not maximizing your existence for yourself and for others. Now you become a weight or a liability rather than an asset. Somebody who provides value to creation, to humanity, to your job, to your family members, friends, or whoever, to the strangers that you are supposed to encounter, and they're supposed to encounter you. If you get into a place living in relaxation mode, you're going to lose out, and others are going to lose out to some degree on having an encounter with you. So don't just think about you, me, myself, and I. Life is not about me, myself, and I. Life's about us. The more you practice, you want to master something? See, for example, I think a lot of us have actually been masters. We have been masters at failure. We have been masters at it being inconsistent in the right things. We have been masters at making wrong decisions. We have been masters at being lazy. We have been masters at settling into relaxation mode. I don't want you to stop being a master. I want to change or help you change what you are mastering, what you are a master at. So the more you practice, the smoother it gets. But it will never be effortless. I was supposed to go work out this morning. I work out twice a week. And so what I did is periodically, when I miss workouts, this year I've made more of a concerted effort to be more consistent in working out, because I do want to feel better about myself, my body, get back in shape. I don't like some of the changes as you get older. There are certain changes that happen in your body, and so I don't like those experiences. But I reached out to my coach to let them know that I was working, like doing this video, for example. I'm working, so I'm not being lazy, laying up in the bed saying, man, I should have worked out this morning. No, I'm working right now because I know later on in the day I'm not gonna have time to do this video, for example. Then I get to be on my job today early for training, and so I made a decision that even though I should have worked out this morning, and I should have gone, I had to prioritize what I'm doing right now, because I have to. Sometimes you have to juggle and make decisions, right? But the goal is this shouldn't be an every week, which is not. But this should not be a every week issue. You have to prioritize those things you say you want changes in. So I've already made some changes in my eating. I'm getting better. I ain't all there yet, but I'm going through the process. Is it comfortable? No. Do I want to do all of that? No. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I want different results. I want different outcomes. I want a healthier body, healthier mind, because all of that goes together. Whatever it is you feel like you feel like you're supposed to be a part of, or what your purpose is. Do not look for ease and comfort. Start mastering by developing the right habits, which has everything to do with your mindset, and start doing those things. If you failed yesterday, don't fail today. If you can avoid it, again, Because we want to practice the steps of success, practice the habits of success, not just talk about it, not just write it down, act on it. I'm telling you, this stuff is powerful. I know how to fail. I know how to fail because I have disobeyed principles. That's why I know what I'm talking about in that regard. If you fail to obey, then you automatically fail to succeed, right? So flip the script. Know how to succeed by what? Obeying the principles, obeying the steps. It's easy to stay on the road of failure. It still takes effort, but it doesn't take as much effort as succeeding because you have to be focused. You have to prioritize. You have to be disciplined. You have to be hungry, as Les Brown says. So the more you practice, the smoother it gets, but it's never effortless. And lastly, mastery is being faithful in discomfort or while you're uncomfortable. I know we want to feel good about practically every step of the process that we're going through in life, but that's just not realistic. But you can become stronger and stronger in mind, develop great fortitude to where you become, as my dad says, even keel. You don't get too high, you don't go too low. You stay even keel. Again, when you learn how to get into a place, and it's going to be an ongoing process while you're on this side of eternity, when you decide that you're not going to get too high nor too low, but you're going to be even keel, you're going to really begin to become much more successful because you're going to be much more focused, much more driven, much more intentional. And the world, as they say, is your oyster. Thank y'all for joining me today. I'll see you next week. Oh, and remember, maximize the moment.